Well, an interesting one went off the market a couple days ago in terms of quarterback, D, with Walker White, the former Auburn quarterback, as he announced his decision to transfer to Baylor. And this was a Baylor team under Dave Aranda that really had a bounce back season this year after going 3-9 last year. And he was a big time recruit coming out of high school, number 3 dual threat in the rankings behind DJ Lagway, who we saw the success he had late in the season here and just kind of helping Florida build onto their momentum for this offseason. And then Julian Sayin at Ohio State, who was at Bama first, goes to Ohio State, and he's a guy who's a highly touted passer coming out. But Walker White here, as I'm going to pull up his huddle since he didn't play at Auburn last year, but talk about a guy with arm talent and athletic ability, with now the luxury most likely of coming to Baylor, and getting to sit a year and kind of learn the system.
Absolutely love this fit. I think it's one of the best fits of the portal season. So you look at Baylor's offense, like you mentioned, finishing extremely strong. Jake Spavital bringing in the Bear Raid offense, formerly Cal, Texas State. Really, really smart offensive guy and had instant results, 6-game winning streak, 34.7 points per game. And then Sawyer Robertson, he was outstanding. He matched over 2,600 yards, 26 touchdowns, 7 INTs. And what I like about this is you look at Walker White, 6'3", 225 from Little Rock, Arkansas. I mentioned he's a 4-star player. Struggled with interceptions a little bit in high school. Got better as a senior, but that was his bugaboo. He wasn't the most efficient passer, but his tools were just outstanding. I mean, the arm strength, the size, he can run. You see him jump over guys. There's Will Levis comps coming out of high school, which I can see just because of the physicality, the ability to run and throw with power. There you see the running basketball player. Again, just a total athlete. And you go to Auburn, if you're Walker White, you're a raw player, and they need help now. You saw what they did in the portal. They went and got win now type of guys. There you see the running ability. They got Deuce Knight out of high school, who has a similar physical profile to Walker White. So he's probably saying, look, they're getting win now guys. I need to develop a little bit. And they brought in a young guy as well, who's even more highly touted than me. So what's my future at Auburn? But if you go to a Baylor, you can sit a year. So now you're not going to play most likely until your third year of college, which for a guy like Walker White, whose tools over polish, that is the right situation. You're going into an offense that's been productive. And then you look at Sawyer Robertson. Sawyer Robertson was a 4-star player, Mississippi State, another SEC guy, big-bodied, a lot of physical tools, but it didn't click for him at Mississippi State. Took a year at Baylor where he really didn't play certainly at the level and the amount of snaps that he played this year as the full-time starter. And then this year just completely blows up. So if you look at the Sawyer Robertson progression, you can see the exact same thing for a Walker White. And this is a guy that if it comes together, he could be a first-round type of quarterback. I'm not saying he will be a first-round type of quarterback. I'm saying look at these highlights. Look at the size. Look at the way the arm comes, the ball comes out of the hand. Look at the arm strength. Look at these throws on these outbreaking routes and the velocity, the athleticism. This is a guy with major, major tools. He just needs polish, and he's going to a perfect situation to polish up and then replace a quarterback that's exactly like him. I'll say exactly like him, but very similar to him. Perfect fit. Love everything about it. I think Baylor's a team that looked like they were going nowhere fast for a while, and now they have a clear direction and a future that goes beyond even their top offensive player right now in Sawyer Robertson, because he can move on and you could replace him with someone very, very similar.
Yeah, that was what I was going to ask you, is just like, man, what a bounce back year for them after that 3-win season. It looked like Aranda was on his way out for sure. And now you get an opportunity here in this bowl game against LSU to really finish the season with a bang. You're 8-4 right now, and they've won, I believe, 6 games in a row here to end the season off. So, the Big 12 is what it is right now, but they could be a team looking towards next year that could really be ascending.
No question. And look, we've seen ups and downs with this program. It's one of the programs where really it's gotten the highest of highs and then some of the lowest of lows in really all sports. But right now, the momentum is with them. I think Aranda has, got himself off the hot seat, right? And now he could just focus on getting this team in the way he wants it to be. He doesn't need to be overly desperate in some of the things that he does. And again, this is a long-term type of move, an opportunistic type of move where you're not just saying, we need a quarterback, let's just get who's available. It's, hey, who fits what we're trying to do? Who has the upside to be a truly difference-making player down the road, an NFL-type player? And who's someone that, again, it's not going to be the flashiest addition of quarterbacks, but this might be down the road where you say, wow, I didn't know this guy even started at Auburn. I just saw him at Baylor throwing the ball over the place and looking big, looking like an NFL quarterback. So again, love the fit. Love the upside of this guy. I'm a big believer in when you're in the portal and you're trying to get these highly rated players that maybe didn't work at their first spot, focus on tools because you could develop these guys with less pressure and then you get the benefit of the tools. Bo Nix, Jalen Daniels, Spencer Rattler, some guys that didn't work out their first stop that ended up being outstanding players. Will Levis, a guy that was at Penn State at first and then transferred to Kentucky and had his success and ended up being a second-round pick. All similar stories to what you're talking about here.